Welcome, buddies, gather near. It's time to shine and lose the fear. Turn obstacles into stepping stones. Turn your dreams into motion. You're not alone. Your success story starts tonight. It's Success Saturday. Together our hearts burn bright. Let Success Saturdays light your way. We're growing, glowing bright today. Turn those challenges into gold. With humor, heart, and love untold. Together we rise, come what may. Let Success Saturdays light your way.
Success Saturday starts now. Yes, it does. And just trying to see technology of its best. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Success Saturdays. I think this is the third show. I'm just so excited because I get a chance to just talk about positive and love and hope and joy and all that good stuff and your success. Last week, I kind of talked a little bit about the meaning of success. Hello, ladies. I see my queens there. Yes, I'm so excited to thank you. I like when people get excited with me. So welcome. Success Saturdays with Barbara. This is a time that you can sit back, have a chat, have talks, comments on basically, first of all, what you see in your success. And then I always kind of bring in a topic to talk about, something to uplift us or just to think about, or something that you could say, that's interesting. Let me make a talk on that. And this is why I wanted to bring Success Saturdays back. This is not like something new. As Queen Tamara said, this is something that was for a while, took a little breather. And then I came back and I said, you know what? I think we need to bring Success Saturdays back to the Chemo Buddies platform. So here I am, your host, Barbara J. Beckley. You will be seeing me on the second and fourth Saturdays at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm really learning how to get these time zones together. But overall, you will really, like I said, the really biggest thing I wanted to make sure is that you are having a place where you can just breathe, having a place where you can just think about things that's not so heavy, because there's a lot of heaviness going on right now. And I just really want to make sure that with the heavy load that we have, that you don't have to worry about, other things standing in the way of what your success is. So before I even get started with our talk tonight and everything we're going to do, I want to play a song that I think that will really set the tone for tonight. So I'm going to play this song. I'm not going to say what it is. I just want it to be something that you just kind of ease into, and then we'll have our talk. Okay? Well, I'll be right back.
There's a part of me that knows the answer every question before I ask it. There's a part of you that knows the answer to every question before you ask it. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to do. We are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to do. And there's a part of me that knows what to say before I open my mouth to speak. And there's a part of you that knows what to say before you open your mouth to speak. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one, and we know what to say. We are one. We're listening. We are one. Receiving. We are one as we walk through our day. Believing. 'Cause we are one. We are one. We are one. We are one. We know what to do.
Hello, everybody. I am back. So I wanted to play that video because I felt the energy of saying we are one. And we need to understand that we are one in every area. Some people don't think that, but a lot of time, most of the time, we are. We deal with situations the same. We, happy, sad, whatever it is. But we have to understand that we're together in this. And that's why I really wanted to bring this show back, because I want people to understand that we need to bring back, and I've been saying this a long time, and you're going to hear me say this a lot other times, the LOVE word, love. We need to bring that back, and we need to understand what it really is. I wanted to share something that really got to my heart last week. I was talking to 3 individuals, and it was basically conversation we were having just about what's going on in the world, and things are just kind of, and I'm not going to go through all that because that's not what this is about. The main thing was that I was talking about how love needs to come back in all areas of our lives right now, and sometimes I feel like we're missing out on that. So I was talking to these 3 individuals, and 2 of them said, Barbara, don't even bring up the word LOVE. Don't bring up love. Don't talk about love to me. And I was like, whoa. I mean, they were like upset. Like they were almost like cursing me out because I said the word love. And I just asked them, I said, well, what's the problem or the reason why that word is so, rough for you to hear? And they said, well, first of all, I haven't heard the word love in my life since I've been born. I was like, wow. So they said they never even heard the word love. And put my earbuds on here so I can hear you better. And they didn't even hear the word love. And then somebody said when they did hear the word love, it was a motive behind it that wasn't right. So when they heard love, that was basically something them telling them after they heard love, they knew something was not going to be right afterwards, or they're going to get hurt. Something was going to happen. And I was like, wow. I said, that's really interesting how their interpretation of love is so in a negative vibe than it is that I think of love is. So after they told me that kind of showed me too, it just gave me confirmation on how much we need to not just show love to each other, but we need to do it in the right way, in the right motives. And it's not about us, it's about the other person. So after we talked, I said, can I give you a virtual hug? I said, I just want to give you two a virtual hug right now. And there's nothing behind it. I just want to give you a hug because just them telling me that and saying that really, got to my heart. So that's why I'm so happy that I really label this show Success Saturdays like I said, comes on this second and fourth Saturday. That the real thing about it is bringing in that and everything that we talk about, any comments. So I want to see comments. I want to see you place. I want to have conversation with you now. I see Nori Love. I love Nori Love because I always love her last name. I love Nori. And I see Rosa. I see Sarah Little. Wow. I see a lot of people here. Miss Tamara, Queen Bee's here. Gail. So I hope everybody's doing wonderful. Talk amongst each other. Please do. And so we can see each other and talk to each other. So now what I want to do is I want to talk about something that's been on my heart, because every Success Saturdays I'm going to have, like a topic, something to just do a soundboard on. And today I want to get a little into talking about love. And since I had that experience with those three people, topic for today: protect your peace, creating boundaries that help you win. So protect your peace, creating boundaries that help you win. Now, some people might look at boundaries as a negative, like, okay, you're trying to cut off people. No, that's not. See, that's why people need to understand the meaning of words and when they're meant to be, when they're used. So I'm going to put it up here real quick so you can see that real quick, the topic. And I want to kind of go in a little bit about, let's talk about the important word out of that whole topic. And the important word of that whole topic is peace. Okay. I did this last time. I said, I do a whole sentence. I said that there's one word that brings that whole thing out. And that one word is peace. So talking about peace is not passive. Okay. It's something you protect on purpose. You protect your peace on purpose because that gets you through the day. That gets you through the hour. That gets you through the seconds in life, is when you have that peace. And I always explain to people when people start saying, well, this person just messed up my peace. They made me upset.
Hey, Groovy Buddy.
Okay, I don't know what that was, but we are going to continue on. So with that peace, what I was saying about peace, people it's like, well, people just messed me up. They made me feel this way and I don't feel peaceful no more and I'm upset. Well, I always asked them, you didn't put the boundary up. No one, and I know a lot of people will be like, what? No one should be able to stop you from having peace. The only person that can do that is you, because you allow them to get in your world, in your inner man or your mind, to not give you that peace. You allow them to get you upset. You allow them, you're giving them permission to disturb your peace. You don't have to allow anybody to do that. That's where the boundaries come in at, because you could tell yourself, if somebody's pissed off at you about something or upset or whatever, okay, that's on them, but they are not going to make me get out of my peace because they're having a bad day. Give a hug, tell them, everything's going to be okay. Yeah, everything's not going to be okay. Okay, then I see that your peace is broken, but you're not going to break mine. See, that's where those boundaries come in at. And we got to make sure, we got to understand that. See, this is a deeper thing than someone just getting pissed off and they're letting you get pissed off. So always remember that you can control it, and you give your permission to not control it. Yeah. Yeah, Gail. It took me years to figure this out. Yeah, because I didn't have. Yes, Gail. I love you. I love you, Gail. You're speaking my language, lady. You're speaking my language. So yes, so I tell people that we control that. No, and it's a hard pill. It's a hard pill to swallow because a lot of times it's so easy to say, well, that person said that, or this situation did that to me, or it didn't work out that way, so now I'm out of peace. And I'm always saying to myself, but where did the role that you played in to break that peace? What role did you play in? So peace is a form of leadership, not selfishness. Okay, these little tips that I want, though, idea tips. Boundaries don't push people away, they keep you in alignment. So it's not so much that you're pushing people away, it's keeping you aligned. Because no matter what, people come and go. And now that your peace was broken, now you're all messed up. It's like someone used to tell me a long time ago, well, some people like to, I think the saying was, they like to throw the garbage, their garbage in your backyard. Well, I don't want your garbage. I don't want the garbage. I got my own. I always tell people, I have my own thing that I got to deal with. I don't need the extra. We don't need the extra, right? And if I want to get extra, I want extra love. I want extra hope. I want extra peace. That's what I want. I don't want the extra other stuff. So, and I'm not saying we're human, so we're not robots either. So let me put a disclaimer on that. Every day is not going to be walking through the tulips and all happy and having a happy smile on your face. Every day is not going to be that way. We know that. Things are going to get to you, especially the things that you really enjoy and love, and things don't turn out the way they should, right? But then I always use my method. I always say this: flip the script. I always flip the script by saying, you know what? I can do one or two things. This is where the choice comes in it. One, I can just say, you know what? I'm gonna be pissed off all day about this. I'm just upset, right? Or I can flip it and say, I learned something from that. It didn't go out the really way that it should. Maybe you put more time on myself, that I got to do some things. But this is the time where I need to learn how to keep my inner peace so I can move forward in what I need to do. Because sometimes when you think about it, when your peace is disturbed, have you noticed that when anything disturbs you that makes you upset or angry or sad or whatever, you slow down on things, your creative thinking is kind of goes out the door a little bit. Things that you were doing, you were in that momentum is kind of gone a little bit, because now you're holding all this other stuff. See, that's why I said when peace is broken, it breaks a lot of other things in your life too, and it slows down the process of what you're trying to do in your world. So that's why I always tell people, peace is important. You need to protect it. You need to protect your peace. So with that, you can't win in life or business if you constantly are drained. Having no peace can drain you. It can drain you. It can drain you. It can drain you. It can. And then you're trying to figure out, why am I so tired? Why do I feel like I ran a marathon? Because you have no peace. They made you upset, or you made your own self upset. And sometimes you are your own worst enemy. You are. So I want to give you some tips, and hopefully this is helping. I want to do a check-in. I'm seeing the mic drop moment. I see the na-na-na-na-na. I do the na-na-na-na-na. I see Gail with her mic drop, and I see Queen Tamara. So yes. So a tip. I want to invite you to, in the comments, I want one word that describes how you want to feel in this season. Do you want to feel peaceful? Because, we're coming up to 2026. And we need to get, if you've been having rocky roads with not having peace, or your boundaries been broken, or whatever the case may be, now is the time to really sit down and talk about this right now. So this is a good time to do a Usha moment, to do a reflection moment, to kind of ask yourself, okay, what one word do I want to feel in this season and moving into the new season? peaceful? You want to be focused? Do you want to feel more confident? Do you want to feel more free? Do you want to feel more love? I'm going to put the love word out there. That's just part of what this is all about. So just think about that. Now, if you don't know just this second, to put it in the comments after the show or whatever, because this is going to be, on VOD, video on demand, or just think about tomorrow or the next day. But you want to ground yourself. This is where you start your foundation to make sure that you're protecting yourself. I want you all to protect yourself because, first of all, you are all too amazing, too incredible, too awesomeness to be losing peace here and there, especially over something that could be really small. Have you noticed something that sometimes we lose our peace over something that's kind of a small thing, and all of a sudden it blew up because we made it bigger. We magnify things a lot. Something could be this small, and we make it, and then when we go through everything, and then we look back, we're like, I got upset over something that was kind of not really irrelevant to why I get upset. Why? That's why we have these talks. That's why we have this community. That's why we have Success Saturdays, so we can talk about these things and get, help each other out. Okay. So why boundaries are essential for peace? Good question, Barbara. Why? One key thing. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. We have to start respecting each other for others to respect us. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, you have to basically teach, and I know this is I know it's a saying somebody said, I can't think about, I should have had it prepared, but it was something to the similar, and I'm kind of just putting it in my own words, where they said that you have to teach people how to treat you. You have to show people how to treat you. And that's so true. Because if you don't, they're going to treat you the way they feel like they want to treat you. So you have to show them first. You have to be up on that first, right? So it's a form of respect to respect your boundaries and respect your peace. Now, if they don't want to respect either or, then guess what? You got to go, or they got to go. And I'm not saying go forever, but you gotta just move them away for a minute until they get wherever they got to deal with. Okay, so they have to respect your boundaries. The other thing is lack of boundaries leads to burnout, resentment, and confusion. Yes, lack of boundaries, and we'll say it again, leads to burnout, resentment, and confusion. There's been times when my peace is broke. I get upset. I start resenting certain things, people, places, and things. It doesn't have to just be a person that you can resent. You can resent a place or a thing. You get confused. All of a sudden, you might have been like right on something. Then as soon as your peace broke, you get upset. Then all of a sudden, the confusion gets in. Because you're getting angry. All that other stuff is coming. You see how things kind of like a snowball effect once your peace is broke. That's why you have to protect it. That's why you have to protect that. Okay. And then the other thing, peace increases when decisions become clear. Yes. Peace increases when when you're clear, when your mind is clear, when your heart and your soul is clear and has a peaceful thing, you can make better judgment calls. You can make better decisions. But when you're all over the place, it's like, I don't know. And then you just make a decision just to make a decision. And then you're like, oh, dang, why? And then it's like 2 days later, oh, I made that decision. Oh, I signed that contract, or I told this person I was going to do that. But why did I say that? I don't have time to do that right now. See, that's where your peace has to come in at. Protect your peace. You make good decisions. So, another question for everybody. Where do you feel the most drained right now? Right this second, right now. Because like I said, we're not going to be peaceful all the time. So we're going to talk about that, right? Where do you feel the most drained right this second, right now? Work, relationships, commitments you made, the list goes on. I'm going to answer that. I feel drained right now with work. I'm just going to be honest. And I see with me with work, I have a business that I run, a network that I have. That's my business and other things with that. And then I have my day job, which is in the insurance world. Been in it for over now, telling my age, almost 40 years. I've been on the job where I am now for 25 years. I've been in the insurance world universe for over now 40 years this year. Yeah, I know. I always say wow too. Either I say wow, that's wonderful, or wow, what was wrong with me? What am I doing? I've been here too long. It's time to go bye-bye. But I did kind of go bye-bye in a sense because, like I said, I got my business, which is total opposite of insurance, which people laugh at me about that too. They said, Barbara, you went like from insurance, the business world, the financial world, to media and coaching and personal development. I said, yeah, I did, because my world changed. and I finally found out what my true purpose was. That's a whole nother show, but that's what I did. So going back to what's draining me right now, and we're going to be open and honest here, okay? Because we got to get it out. Is my day job. We had a team of 10 people, because we have small teams. So with each team, there's like 10, 12 people. Well, our team lost a lot. Either they left or they moved up, or whatever the case may be. So now we're down to 4 people. That's it. Plus my manager. And what happens is, we all know, if they don't replace people, what happens? The work that the 6 people had goes to the 4 people, and they divvy it up. Not saying that we didn't have no work in the first place. Now we got the extra. And it's really bubbling up, where I am working extra hours. I'm staying online for a long time. And I told myself a while ago, I said, I'm not going to do that anymore. I need to get my rest. I need to make sure that I have my boundaries for that. Well, I have to say, for the last 3 weeks, I've been bad. Bad Barbara. She didn't protect her peace. She didn't protect her boundaries. And I just told myself last week, I said, this is going to stop. I'm going to work from my hours. And if it's not done, it will be there tomorrow. And if it's an urgent matter, then you know what? Somebody else is going to find somebody else to do it, because there's other people in the company besides me. They're going to have this feeling. Because I always ask myself, how about if I was in a different country? Or how about if I was taking a vacation and I was somewhere where you couldn't even get me from here or anywhere else? What are you going to do? Send a little smoke signal, say, Barbara, we need you right away? No, you're going to do it yourself, you're going to find somebody, or you're going to figure it out. Like they say, figure it out. So I'm having them to figure it out now because I needed to get my peace back. Now let's ask this question. Were they the ones that stopped my peace and made me drain? Or was I the one that stopped my peace and made myself drain? That's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, because it's so easy. It's so easy to go to, well, it was them. We went from 10 to 4 people. They need to hire more people. They have so much work. They know what's going on. The systems are all crazy. I mean, I could have went there down the ladder, but eventually, and Tamara, Queen B said it. It was me. And when you finally face the fact that most of the time, the decisions, everything in your life is mostly you, then you can say to yourself, okay, now that I see it's me, and please don't beat yourself up. I got to say that. I know my time. Don't beat yourself up when you find out it's you. This is what you do. You flip it. You figure out coping mechanisms. You figure out how to change that mindset. You figure that you are important. You are the important person right now, is you. Don't get upset. You're learning. You're growing. You're being this awareness, okay? I have to say that because a lot of times, see, I'm the worst person in the world sometimes, because I do beat myself up a lot. I do, okay. I do. I admit it. I beat myself up a lot of times. And I had to learn to stop that, because guess what? That's another distraction of not having peace. by beating myself up. So see, when you kind of see the things, and I'm going to talk about some of the common boundary breakers, to see some of the things that makes you not have that peace, you start knowing the signals, the triggers. And then you say, I had to stop that. That's going to break some peace. Oh, no. I can't listen to that right now. That's going to break my peace. Oh, I shouldn't do that because that's going to break my peace. See, when you start knowing and figuring out stuff, it's easy for you to kind of go back and say, no, can't do that. I got to respect my peace. Because when you start respecting your peace and having that clear mind and making those right decisions, it doesn't just help you. It helps so many other people around you and the people that you're working with, the community that you're in, and everything like that. So I want to, because of time, it looks like I might be doing an hour for this show. Every time I say 30 minutes, and Tamara, we talked about this. It just, so, okay. I'm going to try to do better. But right now, I want to say just a few more things before we do our Success Saturday. Now, while we're doing this, I want you to put in the comments, some of the questions I asked, but always we're going to talk about what success that you have for this week. So every time I come on Success Saturdays, what kind of success, and don't put small, large, or small. We don't do that. Every success is important and it's a milestone for you because it's something that happened in your life that either you needed it helped you move a level in your life, you learned something from it, you can gain awareness to it. So never put a standard or a level on your success. That's something I want to make sure you don't do. Okay. So while we're thinking, just put something that, real clear, just a few sentences, whatever, what your success was this week. So I wanted to stop there for a minute because that's what we're going to start doing more on Success Saturdays. Now, excuse me. And I think, let me give you some common blockage. Now, let me see here. I think I want to, and I want to make sure because I want to play a song. Yes, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do the prayer meditate song because I want to, before I get into some of the boundary breakers and then give you, like I always want to give you something, action items. Before I do that, I want us to do the USA moment. So I'm going to play this and then I'll be right back and we're going to dig just a little bit deeper before I end. Okay. See you in a minute. Wow, that was so calming and so soothing. I don't know about you, but I was like, oh, say a lullaby. I got so into it, I put my ears on. I put my little reindeer ears on. I thought about it. I said, you know what, we're coming up with Christmas a little bit. I need to be a little festive here, right? So I got my little ears. But I hope everybody had a chance to let me see the comments to see. You love my yeah, they kind of sparkly. I like the little sparkle here. Um, so I want to, before I sign off, I want to talk about some common boundary breakers, and then I got to give you some love on how to resolve some of those. Okay. I want to make sure that I leave you with something, because one of the things I always want to make sure that you have something from Success Saturdays from me. Either it's, if I'm just on here talking, or if I have a guest, where I'm going to have guests coming in here and there, that we leave you something for your heart, your soul, and your mind. Because it's so, like I said, remember, we're always going back, and it's always going to be a backdrop to love. Always, no matter what. We're going to be talking about that. You just don't know how much my heart is yearning for everybody right now. You just, Tamara, I mean, me and Tamara, we said a few times we have sat on the phone and cried about it. I mean, literally, we have sat together on the phone and cried because we just see it and we sense it and we feel it in our soul. And that's why I told her, I said, do you mind me bringing this back? If I can just put just a little oomph, just a little bit for 30 minutes or 40 minutes to remind people how much they're loved, that's to me, if I just hit one person from this, just one, my heart is open, and I love it. So let me go to some of the, and you're gonna understand some of these boundary breakers. Okay, so one, I should get my notes together. Get my notes. I did cover. Okay, over explaining your no. Over explaining your no. I am a like a one-time offender. Not now. I'm better, but I used to be bad. I used to always think that if I had to say no to somebody, I had to explain it. I had to have a dissertation. I had to just have this whole statement. And sometimes all you have to say is no. That's it. They don't really have to know the ins and outs of why. You got to keep your boundaries. You got to respect yourself. So sometimes just saying no is okay. You know how some people say no is a sentence? No is a sentence. Yeah. Yes, no, or thank you. Yeah. Being polite. No. You don't want to be like, no, I'm not going to do it now. You don't want that now. That sounds mean. That sounds like some of your pieces broke if you say it like that. But you say, no, no, thank you. Or don't have time for it now. No, I'm sorry. But you don't have to do over what I'm saying, to over explain it. See, some people feel like they have to have a whole report on why they said no. And that can be a boundary breaker. Because now you got anxiety. Think about it. You got anxiety now. You got to figure out, are you say it the right way? Did their feelings get hurt from it? And hopefully they didn't. And now I got to check on, that's a lot right there. That could break some peace. Okay. So you don't have to over explain your no. You have to over explain it. Now, disclaimer on that. If it's a work thing and you got to explain to your manager and they want an explanation, then yeah, of course you're going to have to put an explanation there. But I think besides that, you don't have to have a book to say your no. Okay. Second, saying yes out of guilt or fear. Saying yes out of guilt or fear. Whew, these boundary breakers, they're hitting home. Sometimes when I'm kind of sharing with others, it comes right back to me, reminds me of what stuff that I've done too. So I don't want you thinking that I'm not connected with this. I totally get this. That's why I'm telling you, and I want you to see this for not just me, but for yourself. So saying yes out of guilt or fear. You don't want to say yes because you feel guilty. You don't want to say yes because of fear, because that's going to break up your peace through that whole project or work-related thing or relationship, whatever it is. You do not need to say yes to that. You need to be comfortable in your yes. You feel confident in your yes. You feel good in your yes, okay? Confusing kindness with people pleasing. Ooh, I got to sit with that one for a minute. Uh, uh, I'm doing that because I'm like, oh my God, there could be confusion with that. Are you being kind, just being kind? Or are you trying to be a people pleaser? Ooh, yeah, Queen. I got to sit on that for a minute. Ooh, yeah, you don't want to. It's all right. It's nice to be kind. You want to be kind. I hope I'm kind, right? But you don't want to be so much. This is like that over explaining the no thing almost. You don't want to be so much that now you're just trying to please this person. Guess again. See, when you start doing that, when you feel yourself, and this can give you a little trigger, when you feel yourself always trying to do something for somebody, and then you feeling anxious about it, you're feeling, just like, oh, you're just like nervous and everything like that. Something's wrong with that kindness. Something's wrong with that. It's going beyond just being kind now. And usually when that happens, you're just trying to be a people pleaser, and and I know everybody wants to make everybody happy and we want to be happy with each other. But when it starts getting your peace and breaking that boundary, you got to question the motive behind it, right? Got to question that. Letting urgencies override priorities. Another boundary breaker. Letting urgencies override priorities. Something could be urgent, but is it a priority of what you're trying to do? I'm gonna, as we can't talk about work thing because that's a whole different, you could still look at that too. But sometimes you got to ask yourself, okay, you're saying this is urgent. Is this going to the priority that we're doing, or is this something else? Because if it's not going, by the priority that we have, talking the priority that we have, then maybe this is not so urgent. Or if it is urgent, then I need to find somebody or stop what I'm doing here as a priority to work on this other priority. So you gotta see where you're at and what you're doing. But when you start letting a whole bunch of urgencies override the priorities, then you're not getting them done. Guess what? Then the peace break. So here we go back to protecting your peace. You're breaking your peace, right? Okay. So tips. And I said this before about the no. No is a complete sentence. Yes. Not everyone deserves access to your time, energy, or emotions. I'm going to read that again. Not everyone deserves access to your time, your energy, or emotions. Wow. And you need to figure out, Barbara J. Beckley can't tell you, Tamara L. Hunter can't tell you, and whoever else is on here can't tell you. You have to figure out who deserves that access. Yeah, that's deep. You don't need permission to protect your peace. You don't need no permission from anybody to protect you, because it has to start with you. I feel like these ears are falling off because I'm moving. It has to start with you, okay? So I want to ask you, out of those 3 tips, which one is challenging for you the most? Which one is challenging for you the most? Just want you to sit on that. You don't have to answer it now if you know right now. I'm just saying these are some questions you can ask yourself even after the Success Saturday, right? Okay. Now, I'm not going to leave you, like, what did I say? I'm not going to tell you what certain things are and don't leave you some action items. So we're going to say this. I'm going to go through it real quick. Steps by step ideas. Okay. First, this is how to create boundaries that actually work. Hopefully. I'm going to say hopefully. But hope. Identify your non-negotiables. Identified by your value, your time blocks, the emotional limits. So identify your non-negotiables. That's the first thing you want to do, okay? Second, communicate clearly and calmly. No apologies, no over justifying. Just communicate clearly and calmly. You can't do this because boom, 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 and you're done, okay? 3, be consistent. This is a good one. Boundaries only work when enforced. One day you say you're going to do this boundary. The other day, nah, okay, I'll take that back. Then the next day, no, I got to put that boundary back there. Then the next day, nah, I'll take it back. That breaks your peace. Just you going back and forth with how you're doing your boundaries. You got to be consistent. If you said on a Sunday, you're not going to be talking to nobody for 3 hours, then you're not going to talk to nobody for 3 hours. If somebody comes on the phone and texts you, say, Barbara, do you have like 5 minutes? Now you did a 3-hour slot on a Sunday. And this is an example. You said 3 hours on a Sunday. You are not going to be on the phone. You're not going to be texting anybody. You're not going to be doing nothing. It's just you and your world and you, whatever you're doing those 3 hours. Somebody texts you and you love them dearly. And they ask you, they need 5 minutes of your time right now. What do you do? What do you do? Do you say, oh, they just said 5 minutes. I'll break my 3 hours and do the 5 minutes. Do you do that? Or you say, no. Or do you even text them back? Do you wait for those 3 hours to pass and then you text them back? Because one thing about it, soon as they text you, and guess what? When you text them back, that's an open door. You just gave them permission to keep talking to you. Oh, I know you're like, wait a minute. Whoa, that was kind of an interesting thing she just said. Yeah, I had to learn that too. Yeah, put your phone on airplane mode. Then you'll even see the text. You even hear the text. And you know what's the nice thing about it? If somebody calls you back after your 3 hours and they say, you know what, I text you a little while, like an hour ago, Barbara, and I didn't hear from you. I said, you know what, that was my me time, right? That or whatever. Like again, you have to explain the whole book. You have to explain the whole book. Excuse me, that was time, that was my boundary time. And I had everything cut off. So I didn't even see your text. So what do you want now? What do you want right now? What's that Laura said? Tell them sorry, my greens are burning. See, that's why I love y'all. You're so funny. So yeah, so you have to make sure. See, Laura, you have to, and welcome, Laura. You have to make sure that you are not only putting your boundaries together, that you are enforcing them. This is all about not breaking your peace, right? Protecting your peace, okay? Then 4, release the need to be understood. Release the need to be understood. Some people are not going to understand your boundaries. That is okay, long as you understand your boundaries, okay? You don't have to sit there and do a dissertation on why you have a certain boundary. Why did you stop talking for 3 hours, Barbara? Why couldn't you talk to me at 9 o'clock in the morning, Barbara? I called you at 2 a.m. I text you. Why didn't you do? You don't have. That was my boundaries. Respect my boundaries, just like I can respect yours. I'll be a better person if you do. You'll be a better person if you do. And guess what? You'll have peace. You all have the peace. Okay. Now, just to give you some language about boundaries. Yeah, I'm going into the hour. I know. Get better. Just go into language. One thing you can say to somebody, that doesn't work for me right now. Right now, that doesn't really work for me right now. Or I'm unavailable during that time. So between 3 and 6, I'm unavailable at that time. Okay. I need to protect my focus and my energy right now. I really need to protect my focus and my energy. So you know what? This is a good thing that I have this time for myself. But as soon as I get done with that and open some time up, I'll be glad for us to talk or whatever. You do it your way. You do your personality, I always say. But you need to learn how to protect that and be consistent in it. Okay. So with that, we have to come to a close. Call to action. Challenge. Yes, I'm giving you a challenge. Choose one boundary to set or reinforce this week. Choose one boundary. We're not going to say 2. We're not going to say 10. We're not going to say 20. One. Just one. One boundary to set, to reinforce for just this week. Write it down. Type it up, whatever you do. And honor it. Honor yourself. Respect yourself. Love on yourself. Be kind to yourself. All of that above. Boundaries is loving, honoring, respecting, and being kind to you. So do that one boundary. Now, if you want to do the extra challenge and do 2 boundaries, that's up to you. But right now, I just want you to pick one. Just one. And I want you to set it up, reinforce it, keep it consistent, honor it, because that's honoring you. And that's not just so much even honoring you, it's loving on others too, right? Because when you're at peace and when you set your boundaries, you can do so much more for the world. You can do so much more for yourself because you're clear, right? You're clear. So with all of that, I want to say thank you so much. I always have to thank, first of all, I got to thank for Queen B, Tamriel Hunter, for letting me do the Success Saturdays again. I want to welcome you every second and fourth Saturday. I will be on at this time. I don't even want to say 30 minutes no more. I'm just not even going to say the time. I'm just not going to do that. I got to create a boundary over that, okay? Now see what I got to work on, right? But I just want to just love on you, and I want to wish you all, because the next, well, no. I'll be back. Let's see, when will I be back? Let's see, today is 13th. Oh no, yeah, I'll be back after Christmas. So I want to wish everybody a wonderful, peaceful, loving, safe holiday, okay? Whatever that you do on the holiday, some people, there's different ways that people celebrate it. But all I want you to do is celebrate whatever you do, celebrate yourself and know that you are loved. We care about you in the Chemo Buddy group. This is an extension of that. I'm under that, and we just want to make sure that you're good, okay? And that you're loved and that you always know that you're loved. So happy holidays. And I'll see you just a few days after Christmas. Talk to you soon.
Snowflakes dance on the sidewalks, city lights glow warm and clear. Every heart starts feeling lighter as the season of joy draws near. There's a sparkle in the moments, every smile says love is here, and the world feels wrapped in wonder at the most beautiful time of the year.
Everywhere the kindness starts to shine, this is when our hearts and hopes align.
It's the most fabulous time of the year, when laughter and love fill the atmosphere, when giving and grace are the gifts that we share. Oh, it's the most fabulous time of the year. Hands reaching out in compassion, strangers turning into friends, little acts of love in motion, bridges built that never end. Through the joy and through the stillness, every wish, every tear becomes a spark that lights the world up at the most meaningful time of the year. Let the music guide your footsteps, let the rhythm lead your way. Every act of love you offer spreads like light into the day, and together we can change the world. One heart, one voice, one prayer. That's the power of connection in the most fabulous time of the year. It's the most fabulous time of the year, when hope rises up and the path feels clear, when love is the reason we're all still here. Oh, it's the most fabulous time. The most fabulous time of the year.